Hello and welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to Midday News on Global Television, coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. I am Priscilla Obasi. A quick reminder that Global Television is on DSTV channel 365 and Star Times channel 276. You can also download the Global TV Nigerian mobile app for Android and iOS devices to keep track of our broadcast. Now the news in detail. President Bola Tinubu has reaffirmed the federal government's commitment to local content technology transfer and empowering Nigerians. The president stated this during the commissioning of the first phase of the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway and other road projects in Lagos. The All Progressives Congress, APC, in Benue State has endorsed Governor Hyacinth Alia as its sole candidate for the 2027 gubernatorial election. The endorsement was made during a series of events commemorating his second anniversary in office. Correspondent Felicity Ndere reports.
Gathered at the Ibrahim Badamosi Babangida Square in Makurdi for the event marking Governor Hyacinth Alia's second year in office were leaders of the All Progressive Congress, APC, in Benue State, party stakeholders, top government officials from the Alia-led administration, members of the Benue State House of Assembly, led by Deputy Speaker Lamin Danladi, and the good people of Benue State. At the event, Governor Hyacinth Alia and President Bola Ahmed Tinubu were formally endorsed for a second term, with stakeholders citing the need to consolidate the achievement of their first tenure for the greater benefit of Nigerians.
The presidential endorsement of Bola Ahmed Tinubu as the presidential sole candidate. Here also, we will also endorse the leader of all the progressive party in Benue State and our leader, the executive governor of Benue State, His Excellency, Reverend Father Dr. Isa Emia.
This endorsement today includes both the PDP.
I establish that our support will be firm and permanent, and indeed, we are going to give the endorsement for you to be a single candidate of the APC come 2027 election.
Governor Alia highlighted his administration's focus on infrastructure as a drive of socio-economic growth and outlined key achievements over the past 2 years.
We are poised to diversify our economy, tap into our vast mineral wealth, and develop our people. We are committed to a Benue where every citizen can live with dignity and aspire without limits.
Governor Alia acknowledged facing challenges like insecurity and limited resources, but assured that strategic measures are being taken to address them.
Yes, we have faced challenges, insecurity, political distraction, and resource constraints, but we remain undeterred. Our resolve is unshaken. We call on all communities to unite for peace, for progress, and for the great future of Benue State.
The event concluded with goodwill messages from traditional rulers, elder statesmen, and politicians, as well as others, all commending Governor Alia for his purposeful and people-centered leadership. They pledged their unwavering support to him so that he can continue delivering on his promise for the people of Benue State. In Makurdi, Felicity Ndere reporting Global TV News.
Meanwhile, the chairman of the Independent Electoral Commission, INEC, Professor Mahmood Yakubu, has charged newly sworn-in resident electoral commissioners to take their job serious and shun anything that would dent their reputation and national development. He made this call while administering the oath of office to the newly sworn-in REC members at the Commission's headquarters in Abuja. Godwin Sunday reports.
It was fun to behold as the newly appointed resident electoral commissioners took turns to take their oath in office as they pledged their commitment to nationhood. The ceremony, which was held at the Commission's headquarters in Abuja, had in attendance active and outgoing REC members, members of the Commission, family members, as well as civil societies. The chairman congratulated the new RECs and urged them to focus on their responsibilities and act in good conscience while observing the Constitution. He also seized the opportunity to assign the newly sworn RECs to their new place of responsibility.
It is therefore appropriate to start by congratulating the new RECs that have just taken the oath of office. The conduct of elections is not only a huge responsibility, but also a sacred duty.
Responding on behalf of the newly sworn resident electoral commissioners, Sahad Idris, recently assigned Gombe State REC, thanked the chairman for the confidence reposed on them and pledged to maintain the standard of the commission at all times.
I am committed to upholding the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, the Electoral Act, guidelines and regulations, and all policies of the commission under all circumstances.
In the days ahead, Nigerians will be looking forward to the impact of the changes made here. Godwin Sunday, reporting for Global Television News.
The House of Representatives has pledged to investigate the immediate and underlying causes of the midnight conduct of the West Africa Senior School Certification Examination (WASEC) in parts of the country. Chairman of the House Committee on Basic Examination Bodies, Honorable Oboku Oforji, made this known during a session with the officials of the West African Examination Council (WAEC) at the National Assembly. Sharon Ajay has the details.
Chairman House Committee on Basic Examination Bodies, Honorable Oboku Oforji, emphasized that parents deserve an explanation as to why the safety of their children was compromised. The committee had earlier summoned WAEC's leadership to account for what it described as alarming irregularities in the conduct of the ongoing examination. During the meeting, Honorable Oforji offered an apology to Nigerian parents and the general public for the disturbing incident, notably the report of the exam being conducted around midnight in certain locations.
Parents and Nigerians need to know why their children's lives were endangered. It is expected that WAEC as a body live up to its responsibility of organizing these examinations with high standard, diligence, and proper duty of care.
Representing WAEC at the hearing, Senior Assistant Registrar and Zonal Coordinator Ambrose Okelezo informed the committee that the head of WAEC Nigeria was unable to attend due to an emergency meeting with the registrar and heads of other national offices. Okelezo appealed for the section to be rescheduled to Monday, allowing the WAEC head to appear in person and address the concerns raised. However, this request was met with strong resistance from members of the committee. Honorable Awaji Nnombek Abiente sharply criticized the absence, insisting that WAEC leadership could not dictate the terms of its appearance before the House.
I had my exams. It was not like this. It has never been this bad. And it is under this same condition that you are proposing to have compulsory computer-based tests. How many schools in this country have computer for their students? How many schools?
Echoing the outrage, Honorable Billy Osawaru expressed similar concerns and moved a motion seconded by Honorable Abiente for the adjournment of the hearing until WAEC head could appear personally. The motion was unanimously adopted and resolved to reconvene on Monday, June 2nd. Sharon Ajay reporting for Global TV News.
The commander, Nigerian Navy ship Soro, under the Central Navy Command Operations, Delta State Air Commodore Omobamidele Akimbami, has warned all unscrupulous elements who were bent on conducting illegal activities in the Niger Delta region to desist or will be taken off the battlefield. Akimbami gave the warning while briefing defense correspondents on a media tour to Operations Delta Safe in Yenagoa, Bayelsa State. Kikelomo Okere has the details.
The commander, Nigerian Navy ship Sorrow, under the Central Navy Command Operation Delta Safe, Commodore Omobamidele Akinbami, assures that the Nigerian military will achieve President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's statutory mandate of attaining 2 million barrels per day of oil production. He added that efforts of the Nigerian Navy are in top gear in checkmating the activities of pipeline vandalism, illegal bunkering, crude oil theft, and other forms of maritime crimes.
In this avenue, to inform all unscrupulous elements planning or indulging in illegal activities to desist from it, because Bayelsa State and its environs will not be an area for them to thrive.
Akinbami acknowledges that challenges remain, particularly in navigating difficult terrain and high cost of logistics for operations in the creeks, but expressed confidence that ongoing efforts will aid the Navy meet its national mandate, while citing significant progress in protecting critical oil infrastructure in the area of responsibility. He attributes the success to discipline, dedication, and professional conduct by personnel, as well as increased support from naval headquarters.
As the base operations officer pointed out in his brief, we are trying to ensure that the country achieves 2 billion barrels. We are working towards that. And to get this done, patriotism among the officers and men, we are not ready, we are not yielding to anything. It is strictly what is to be done and should be done correctly.
In a related development, the Commander 16th Brigade of the Nigerian Army and Sector 2 Command Joint Task Force South-South Operation Delta Safe, Brigadier General Oluremi Obolo, reiterated the military's commitment to protecting oil and gas infrastructure and eliminating criminal activities in Bayelsa State. General Obolo noted that Sector 2 of the Operation Delta Safe under the 16th Brigade operates across difficult terrain with 75% of Bayelsa State covered by water. He emphasized that the recent increase in national oil output are largely due to sustained military operations in the Niger Delta.
Ensure that any kind of criminality in this place is not allowed to fester. Ensure that there's no piracy, no militancy within the joint operations area, and any other thing that may affect the economy of the nation through the activities of these criminals within this area in Bayelsa.
He reaffirmed the commitment of the troops deployed in the key locations across the creeks to uninterrupted production of oil and gas, while also preventing piracy, militancy, and economic sabotage. Kikelomo Okeri, Global Television News.
You're watching the live broadcast of Midday News. When Midday News returns, Ivory Coast opposition call for election reform ahead of vote. Details coming shortly, plus foreign and sports stories on the other side of this break. Please stay tuned.
Do you know that global television can be watched in Nigeria and all over the world?
Download the Global TV Nigerian mobile app for Android and iOS devices to watch global television real-time from around the world. What are you waiting for?
Start downloading and stay connected to global television.
Welcome back. Thank you for staying with us. Now we go to the business news. Dangote Petrochemical Refinery will receive at least 5 million barrels of imported crude oil within the 4 weeks of July. The import delivery consisted of U.S. West Texas Intermediate crude. The refinery has awarded tenders for the purchase of around 161,000 barrels per day of U.S. crude to be delivered in July. The final totals for the month of May may change. The refinery makes more purchases. Meanwhile, Nigeria's crude exports to the United States increased from 358,000 barrels per day to 364,000 BPD after the Dangote Petroleum Refinery reduced its daily fuel production between April and May 2025. Quoting the Energy Information Administration, U.S. crude and fuel inventories all fell last week, while crude exports from Nigeria hit their highest level in nearly 6 years. Crude inventories fell by 2.8 million barrels to 440.4 million barrels in the week ending May 23, compared with analyst expectations in a retail poll for a 118,000 barrel rise. The African Development Bank says Nigeria is losing about 8.8 billion every year due to its large informal economy in its 2025 African Economic Outlook report. According to the bank, informal enterprises including street vendors, smallholder farmers, and micro and small businesses make up a significant share of economic activities across Africa, but remain largely untaxed. The report noted that while informal businesses contribute significantly to economic activity and employment, much of the wealth they generate remains outside the tax system, resulting in substantial revenue losses that could be used for finance development. And on the foreign scene, the federal government has denied knowledge of the controversial Russian work-study program linked to the production of military drones used in the war against Ukraine. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs says Nigeria was not involved in it. However, a document posted on the website of the Ministry of Education, which had been trending for a while, suggests Nigerian youth were encouraged to apply for the scholarship. The controversy centers on the Ibuga Special Economic Zone in the Republic of Tatarstan, Russia. The Ivory Coast Political Opposition, an alliance of parties known as the Coalition for Peaceful Alternation, has called for political dialogue with the ruling party, Rally of the Republicans, RDR, 5 months ahead of the presidential election. Opposition leaders denounced President Alassane Ouattara's potential candidacy, as well as the exclusion of several political figures from the electoral list, including Bankara Tidjane Thiam for Mayor Chief Executive Officer, CEO of Swiss Bank Credit Suisse. To allow the candidacy of the political leaders, the country's former First Lady, Simone Boabo, asked President Alassane Ouattara to take his pen to write an amnesty law that will erase everything. In Paris, Tidjane Thiam, president of the coalition and the PDCI, the main opposition party, projected a video onto big screens. In the video, he said, the justice must be instrumentalized and called for a revision of the electoral list before the election. The Red Cross Hospital in Gaza says at least 21 Palestinians were reportedly killed and another 175 wounded this morning while heading on an Israeli-backed aid distribution hub in the Gaza Strip received the casualties. This latest incident comes after a chaotic and sometimes violent scenes weeks at the aid site through officials, though officials did not specify who opened fire on them. According to local health officials, at least 6 people have been killed and more than 50 wounded in previous incidents surrounding the distribution center. And now in sports, Arsenal, Liverpool, Chelsea and Manchester United have stepped up their interest in the Atlanta forward Ademola Lookman as the Nigerian international emerges as one of the most sought-after players in the summer transfer market following his remarkable Serie A campaign. The 27-year-old has become a prime target for several Premier League heavyweights after contributing 25 goals across all competitions this season, with his outstanding performances propelling Atlanta into European contention and significantly increasing his market value. Arsenal have reportedly made Lookman their primary transfer target ahead of the Athletic Club Nico Williams as they look to strengthen their attacking options. Manager Mikel Arteta is building a squad capable of competing on all fronts as Lookman presents an exciting profile given their current focus on squad depth. His pace, direct play and composure in front of goal could provide cover behind Bukayo Saka and Gabriel Martinelli, reducing the burden on their young star during congestive fixture period. And still on sport, Turkish Super League champions Galatasaray are planning to offer Super Eagles striker Victor Osimhen a €3 million annual pay rise to €15 million per year in a bid to convince him to join the club permanently following his remarkable loan spell from Napoli. The 26-year-old Nigerian forward currently earns around €12 million per year at Galatasaray, but according to Napolista, the Istanbul Giants are prepared to increase their offer to €15 million annually, approximately €288,000 per week, which would represent the highest salary in the striker's career and the most lucrative deal Galatasaray have ever offered a player. Osimhen has enjoyed a sensational campaign at the Galatasarays following his season-long loan move from Napoli last summer. Many initially thought the Nigerian international would simply be marking time in Turkey after Napoli excluded him from their plans for the season, but he has quickly become a favorite and one of the club's most valuable assets. Nigerian international Victor Boniface could be on his way out of the Bay Arena this summer as Bayer 04 Leverkusen have slapped a €50 million prize tag on the striker, the former Bundesliga champion, who recently appointed ex-Ajax, Amsterdam and Manchester United Gaffer Erik ten Hag to be the new manager, are seemingly preparing for life under the Dutchman following the departure of Xabi Alonso and Real Madrid, and could let Boniface out the door in order to fund new signings. According to German outlet Sports Bild, Bayer Leverkusen have lowered their asking price for Boniface to the tune of €50 million as they are looking to offload him this summer. He was close to selling a €70 million to Saudi Pro League outfit Al Nassr during the January-winter transfer window, before the Saudi Arabian side changed their minds and signed Colombian S. John Duran from Aston Villa. And that is it on Global TV Midday News. A quick reminder that Global TV is on DSTV channel 365 and Star Times channel 276. Kindly follow us across all social media platforms now showing on your screen using @GlobalTVNG. You can also download the Global TV Nigerian app for Android and iOS devices to keep track of our broadcast. I am Priscilla Obasi. Thank you for watching.